Now on 4 News Now, another scam to watch out for, how scammers are convincing people to send them fake bail money.
It's a weather alert day, a wintry mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain falling across the region right now. I'll let you know how much longer it's going to last.
And a little later on, no shirts, no shoes, no fear for this crowd. Hear why some people like to dunk in the frigid temps to start the new year. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Today is a weather alert day because of a wintry mix moving through the area. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with what you need to be on the lookout for.
Oh, we have got some slick streets across the region because of that wintry mix of precipitation falling across the entire inland northwest and will be an issue through Friday morning. Downtown Spokane right now, the precipitation, it's still falling, but it is so very light, mainly falling in the form of sleet, but you can see it has coated the roadways and they are icy in downtown Spokane right now. This is the view on US 2 at Fairchild Air Force Base. You can see how slick the conditions are there. Meanwhile, as we head further north to Chewelah, roads are covered with that very, very light sleet. Not quite snow, not freezing rain, but something in between. Zoomed in on Doppler radar. Again, the precipitation is light, but is falling throughout the region as that wintry mix. Further to the south, things have just warmed up and we're starting to see things turn over to rain. Look at Pullman. Last hour it was 31 degrees. Now it is 35. We're going to see that rain, that warmer air slowly make its way up into the region, but it's going to take a while. So we are going to see a winter weather advisory through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the potential of a variety of wintry weather types. The most prone to freezing rain is going to be out in the Columbia Basin and along I-90. Chance of freezing precipitation through about 11 o'clock. We start to warm up. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast, Kirsten.
All right, see you then, Chris. With new technology, scams are becoming more sophisticated, and fraudsters are preying on families when they are the most vulnerable.
One of those scams is spoofing. That's when scammers make their phone number appear like one you would actually answer. Madeline Mullins is live from the Spokane County Jail tonight. Madeline, you spoke with a family who fell victim to one of these spoofing scams.
Well, the family that I spoke to received 2 phone calls from numbers that appeared to be from the county jail and the sheriff's office. And those phone calls cost them $19,000 and instilled a fear in them that hadn't been there before. And because of that, they've asked us not to show their faces.
Who do you trust if you can't trust public safety?
Barbara and Mike's son was arrested on Monday during a mental health crisis. In the hours that followed, they were emotional, confused, and had little information about their son's whereabouts until they got a phone call.
We were perfect victims. Perfect. Because when we got that call, we were so glad we were talking to the police.
A phone call from what appeared to be the Spokane County Jail. The caller claimed they talked to their son and that they needed to pay his bail of $1,500. But it was all a scam. They told the two to pull out cash and go to the Walmart Money Center, where they would deposit the money using a barcode the scammers texted them. So they did. Hours later, they got another call. The caller ID said it was the sheriff's office.
We got the second call that our loved one was required to be on house arrest until court, and that he needed an ankle monitor. They wanted $350 for the deposit and $50 a month for the monitoring up front.
It wasn't until they received a third call that they went down to the sheriff's office. That's when they learned they'd been scammed.
There is evil in the world, and this is a very strong example of that. This is pure evil.
For the two who thought they'd never fall for a scam, they hope their story prevents others from falling victim.
I was embarrassed to tell anyone because I felt so stupid and so used. And how could you do that? You're college educated. You can't spot a scam. Not when you're emotional and you're worried about a loved one.
Now, I do want to make a correction. That family was scammed out of $1,900, not $19,000. And the sheriff's office says that neither the jail nor the sheriff's office will call you directly and ask for money, and that bail will be paid in person. And they say if anybody gets a phone call that's like that, to hang up and then call that agency back on a phone number that you can find online. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, Madeline, thank you. A man in Spokane Valley is charged with DUI and reckless endangerment following a rollover car crash.
Yeah, the driver is identified as 38-year-old Adam Poe. Around 4 a.m., police responded to a crash where they found Poe and his young son. Spokane Valley police say the suspect had a knife and was fighting with witnesses. And according to witnesses, after the crash, Poe tried to run away and was stopped by onlookers. And that's when Poe allegedly pulled out that knife and was threatening to stab them, but was ultimately disarmed. Poe is currently in the Spokane County Jail waiting for a court date. The annual Birds of Prey fundraiser is coming up on Sunday if anyone wants to help support the bird sanctuary. This year, the need for donations is more sharply felt as the sanctuary saw significant damage during the windstorm last month. The proceeds will go to repairing any damage at their facility, as well as allowing the nonprofit to continue to provide medical care to animals in need. It starts at 2:30 in the afternoon by the Coeur d'Alene Resort in the McEwen Park. The event will have a silent auction and 2 live educational bird shows. The start of the year brings some big changes to healthcare for millions of Americans.
Tax credits expired this morning. The road that led to the program ending and a potential alternative coming up.
And up next, a viral video on fraud in Minnesota prompts a sudden change to child care funding. More on that video and why funding is now being halted across the country.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
Whether planning your big day or needing a final touch, the Spokane Wedding Expo is for you. Experience firsthand all the aspects of a great wedding. Food, fashion, photography, and flowers all in one place. For tickets, visit SpokaneWeddingsAndEvents.com.
The best time to get the biggest year-end savings on used vehicles is this week at Findlay Honda Spokane during the year-end closeout, where you can delay payments plus get extra money for your trade-in.
Better selection, bigger savings, locally owned.
This year, commit to fit and don't wish for it, work for it at Move Fitness.
Whether you're starting fresh from the beginning or pushing farther for better results, Move Fitness has the equipment, the classes, and the staff to help you reach your fitness goals. It's a journey, but we're here to support you every step of the way.
So make 2026 the year you commit to get fit at Move Fitness.
If you've been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident,
the best time to call an attorney is as soon as possible.
The second best time?
Right now.
Call Russell and Hill.
The sooner you call, the sooner we can start working on your case.
And remember, the call is free, the advice is free.
And we win your case, or it's free.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident?
Call Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
Everybody loves Raymond on MeTV.
I love you, son.
Especially
me. You forget I'm a mother?
How could I?
Because mother loves best.
What's the steak for?
My son.
Whether you like it.
Nobody makes steak like you.
And nobody eats it like you.
Cut the cord.
Or not.
Yeah! Get out.
I'm just trying to help.
Thank you, Mom.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Watch MeTV weeknights at 9 over the air on KXLY 4.2.
Welcome back. President Trump is vowing to get to the bottom of a possible billion-dollar fraud scheme involving taxpayer money for child care payments in Minnesota. And during that investigation, new restrictions are being put in place across the country. ABC's Hannah Battah has more.
This morning, President Trump is defending the administration's decision to impose new restrictions on federal child care funding, saying at a New Year's Eve event in Florida that a, quote, giant scam is being investigated.
We're going to get to the bottom of all of it. It was a giant scam. Other than that, we're going to have a great new year. Actually, I view that as a reason for a good year, because we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to get that money back. It's all coming back.
It comes after the Trump administration abruptly announced new restrictions on billions of dollars in child care funding for all states in response to what officials allege is widespread fraud in Minnesota.
We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
The Department of Health and Human Services saying all of the more than $12 billion in child care grants distributed coast to coast by the administration for children and families will now require a justification and a receipt or photo evidence before being dispersed. According to HHS, nearly 20,000 children are affected in Minnesota alone.
There are a lot of very scared and confused both families and providers right now.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz accusing President Trump of politicizing the issue to defund programs that help Minnesotans. Also writing, we've spent years cracking down on fraudsters. Trump calling Walz a crooked governor. State authorities and lawmakers have investigated fraud in Minnesota daycares for years, dating back to at least 2019. But Republican leaders, including the president, now seizing on a new viral video where a self-proclaimed independent journalist claiming several Minnesota daycares receiving public funds were not actually providing child care, particularly targeting the state's Somali community. But some Minnesota officials have questions about the video.
When were the videos taken? Were they during times that the center was scheduled to be open?
Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
And while revelers welcome 2026 in New York, something just as historic was happening underground. Zohran Mamdani was sworn in as mayor just after midnight in an old subway station under City Hall Park in Manhattan. He's the city's first Muslim mayor and first South Asian mayor. Mamdani is an immigrant from Uganda. At 34 years old, he's also the youngest person to take the office in more than 100 years. The dark horse Democratic Socialist candidate shocked many when he won the Democratic primary last summer. He ran on promises of creating a universal child care program, freezing rent for 2 million tenants, and making city buses fast and free. Well, the start of the new year means the end of COVID-era tax credits tied to the Affordable Care Act.
Some 20 million Americans will now see their health care premiums skyrocket. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington, D.C. with a story.
Millions of Americans are starting the new year with skyrocketing healthcare premiums. COVID-era tax credits tied to the Affordable Care Act have now expired for some 20 million Americans. Their premiums are expected to jump by an average of 114%, according to the nonpartisan Kaiser Family Foundation.
We're going to have to figure it out.
Doug Bouchard and his wife, who has ALS, expect their monthly costs to soar. He retired early as a mechanic so he could care for his wife.
We do have money saved, but that's supposed to last a lot longer than a year or two.
The subsidies were the major sticking point for Democrats during the 43-day government shutdown, the longest in U.S. history. Democrats fought for an extension to the tax credit. Republicans rejected that plan, arguing for a health savings account instead. Both sides leaving Washington for the holidays without taking any action.
I think the best process is pay the money directly to the people, let them buy their own health care.
President Trump has vowed to meet with health insurance companies to ask them to lower their rates.
Insurance companies are making far more than they're entitled to make.
This will be front and center when lawmakers return to Washington next week. The House is planning to vote on a bill to extend the tax credit by 3 years. Not clear if the Senate will follow. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Light snow falling in the Sandpoint area with icy roads as a result. Tomorrow's highs, though, we're going to be doing a lot of melting. Look at Pullman, 44 degrees. That's where it's already raining. 40 in Coeur d'Alene, even 39 in Bonners Ferry. I'll be back with your forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Come on out to the Spokane Boat Show. We've got boats of all types and sizes. Heavy metal, smaller fishing boats, open bow, high-performance ski and wakeboard boats, pontoons, kayaks, canoes, and personal watercraft.
At Parker Subaru, adventure doesn't wait. With a large inventory of Crosstreks, Outbacks, Foresters, and Ascents, your Subaru is ready right now.
New or used, Subaru has delivered decades of legendary longevity, rock-solid reliability, and award-winning safety.
It's the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event. With every new Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru and Parker Subaru are donating a minimum of $325 to charity now through January 2nd.
Wow, $1 million.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Itchery. Didn't touch it. I was just using it as a drink tray.
Sir, I'm obligated to inform you that I have a yellow belt to the art of karate.
Yellow? What's your signature move? The fist of mild discomfort?
Try again.
The flinching dragon.
That's not a thing.
The flying side-eye?
We're getting warmer.
Decades-old mysteries, shocking twists, killers who hid in plain sight. 4 News Now revisits the darkest moments in Spokane history. Watch the 509's most notorious crimes. Episode streaming now, only on KXLY+.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
We raise our hot cocoa mugs to you.
For you to have the most joyous and special holidays.
And celebrate with family and friends.
Like us. From our GMA family to yours.
Happy New Year!
What a messy night across the inland Northwest. It is mostly sleet in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Roads are slick. In Coeur d'Alene, well, they have treated US 95, so it's in good shape, and we're yet to see much accumulation on the grassy surfaces there. It's 30 degrees, 28 in Spokane. Those temperatures will slowly increase, and right now it looks like things are going to stay as sleet and snow. Only a slight chance of a little freezing rain mixing in. But 4 things to know: we do have a wintry mix of precipitation across the region. That warm air is pushing its way in, and we'll be seeing mostly rain by 10 a.m. Friday. It's going to be a rainy weekend and more wet weather next week, rain and snow. Here's a look at our Doppler radar, and you can see where we are having some warm air making that transition to rain down on the Palouse. Then in this pink shaded area, we do have some pockets of freezing rain as well as a rain-snow mix. From Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, mostly sleet, and then turning into light snow the further north we go. Our forecast radar keeps that mix of rain and snow going in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area through the overnight and even into Friday morning before things finally start making the transition over to all rain. We'll dry out a little bit tomorrow, late afternoon and evening, before the next round of wet weather comes up for Saturday night. Hour by hour, 32 degrees to start the day. It is going to be a slick drive in many spots as you head out the door to work, but then we start warming up above freezing, especially in the upper layers of the atmosphere, and we will see that transition all to rain. About that time, though, we dry out. We're heading up to a high of 37. We'll be staying at 37 through the evening, and then we've got some warm weather ahead for the weekend. 42 degrees on Saturday, 45 on Sunday with all rain. Through next week, a very active weather pattern, mostly rain during the day, but we do have overnight lows below freezing, so we'll see some snow mixing in here and there. Tomorrow is a weather alert day. We're in weather alert through tomorrow morning because right now roads are tricky and very throughout the region, from ice-covered to snow-covered, but you are going to encounter slick roads through tomorrow morning. Derek.
Yeah, do be careful. All right, officials in Switzerland say around 40 people are dead and at least 115 are injured after a massive fire at a popular ski resort in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, the fire broke out during New Year's celebrations at a bar, and now investigators are trying to figure out what caused it. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest details.
It was a little more than an hour into the new year when the fire started. This video on social media shows people fleeing as the flames spread across the ceiling inside the popular ski resort in the Swiss Alps. Another video circulating online shows stunned bystanders outside. One looking on shocked, saying in French, "It's burning. They're going to die."
There were a lot of people at the entry trying to escape, and was full, and people was walking on everybody, trying to escape. And a lot of people were screaming, trying to escape. And I saw a lot of people on the floor. And I think these people was dead.
The Le Constellation bar at the Crans Montana resort was packed with people ringing in the new year around 1:30 in the morning.
We were on the way there when we saw what happened.
And the place was on fire when you came? It was still a big, like a
it was.
Fire?
You could see the orange, yellow, red.
Dominic Dubois says he watched victims being carried out by first responders.
There were many who were very strong, who stayed strong, and who understood that their life was in great danger, but decided that mentally it was more important to stay calm.
The numbers of injuries overwhelming hospitals. Authorities calling this an accident and ruling out terrorism. Tonight, there were prayers in church and a small memorial with flowers and candles for those lost and injured.
Officials say those who were hurt have serious injuries, including severe burns, and many families are still waiting for information on their loved ones. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
More changes coming with the start of 2026.
And this time in the medical world, why performing CPR will look a little different than it did previously, coming up.
And up next, we want to help with some of your New Year's resolutions, the health benefits of giving up alcohol this month after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 5-day New Year super sale is for you. That's 5 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, no limit. 5 days to score amazing deals on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 60 months no-interest financing and no down payment. But don't wait. The 5-day New Year's super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
These supernatural sisters.
You have cast a spell, haven't you? Busted.
Deploy their special powers.
We're the Charmed Ones. Let us help you.
To conquer evil forces.
We shouldn't go looking for trouble.
Burn the witch!
Oh, man.
So the innocent prevail.
I usually get what I want. Must run in the family.
Fall under the spell of Charmed.
Watch Star TV over the air on KXLY 4.4.
The best time to get the biggest year-end savings on used vehicles is this week at Findlay Honda Spokane during the year-end closeout, where you can delay payments plus get extra money for your trade-in.
Better selection, bigger savings, locally owned.
You're busy, so at Car Wash Plaza, we're open 24/7 to match your schedule. Plus, we have safety surveillance lights and security cameras throughout the facility. It's easy with multiple payment options, cash, debit, or credit. There's even more reasons to visit our Car Wash Plaza. Our discount cars ensure major savings, and they're good at all our locations.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
This year, commit to fit and don't wish for it, work for it at Move Fitness.
Whether you're starting fresh from the beginning or pushing farther for better results, Move Fitness has the equipment, the classes, and the staff to help you reach your fitness goals. It's a journey, but we're here to support you every step of the way.
So make 2026 the year you commit to get fit at Move Fitness.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
Opportunity everywhere with so much on the line.
It's the new king of resolutions, people giving up drinking for what's now known as dry January.
It might feel gimmicky for some, but giving up alcohol, even for a short time, can have real impacts on your health. Melissa Luck has some tips for making a booze-free start to the year successful.
It's a new year, and if you're hoping for a healthier start, experts say try staying sober.
Dry January is a great opportunity to stop drinking or even reduce your drinking for the month.
Psychologist Katie Wickowitz says abstaining from alcohol, even for 4 weeks, can make a big difference in your health. People experience sleep improvements, increased energy, weight loss, greater physical activity, and improved well-being in general. But she says giving up those cocktails can be challenging.
Get your friends and family on board with doing it with you so that you have that social connection and that social support to get through the month.
Next, Wickowitz says know your go-to non-alcoholic beverage, whether it's sparkling waters, club soda with lemon, or a mocktail. That way, it's easier to order when you're out. Or you can always stock your fridge at home. She says also be aware of the hard times during dry January.
Times when it's challenging might be a great way to reflect on how we're actually maybe relying on alcohol more than we wanted to.
Finally, Wickowitz says if you have a slip up, don't let it derail you.
If you're trying dry January and you experience a time of drinking, it's totally fine to just start it back up again.
I'm Melissa Luck, 4 News Now.
All right, good luck if you're participating in dry January. Well, the price of renovating your kitchen won't skyrocket as much as originally thought this year.
President Donald Trump postponed tariff hikes on upholstered furniture, kitchen cabinets, and vanities. The president put them all off for a full year. This happened Wednesday, hours before they were set to be implemented. And the White House didn't say exactly why, but did indicate negotiations with trade partners are ongoing. Most imported furniture comes from China and Vietnam. The tariff on cabinets was scheduled to hit 50%, while upholstered furniture would have reached 30%. Tariffs on both items have been at 25% since September.
Movie theaters across the U.S. and Canada saw small but significant growth in 2025. The new ComScore data report says ticket sales rose 2% year over year. That added up to nearly $9 billion in sales. That gain comes despite long stretches of empty seats, as well as several wide releases that failed to draw crowds. A number of franchises are hoping to keep ticket sales up by offering membership deals to those who see movies at the theater at least 6 times a year.
Some new guidance from the American Heart Association could change how you help someone who is choking or overdosing. With more, here's ABC News' Melissa Adon.
The American Heart Association released its 2025 CPR guidelines, and there are some big changes from previous years in how you should respond in a medical emergency. For example, when someone is choking, every second counts. They can't breathe, and their heart could quickly stop. Under the new guidelines, alternate 5 back blows followed by 5 abdominal thrusts for an adult who is choking. For a child, use chest thrust rather than abdominal thrust. Repeat this until the object comes out or the child can breathe again. Another addition to the guidelines, if you suspect someone is overdosing on opioids, give them the overdose reversal drug naloxone right away if it's available. This drug is now available at many pharmacies, local health departments, and community programs, often for free. The new guidelines also stress training everyday people to recognize cardiac arrests so they know when to start CPR. Completing the training could help you save someone you love. With this Medical Minute, I'm Melissa Adon.
Still ahead, strikes on Venezuelan boats are not slowing down.
The U.S. striking several boats last night. The reason for the strikes and the lack of evidence shared by the State Department to support them after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
It's Furniture Row's 5-day New Year super sale. That's 5 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus score 60 months, no interest, and no down payment. But hurry, the 5-day New Year super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks, so girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Winter's creeping in. Is your heating system ready for the challenge ahead? Don't let an unexpected equipment failure or high energy bills impact your comfort this holiday season. At Bills, our comprehensive maintenance can discover problems before they start, giving you peace of mind to focus on what matters most. For a limited time, you can schedule a tune-up for only $59. Call us at 208-777-5528 and schedule today.
At Parker Toyota, our commitment to you begins the moment you drive off the lot in your new vehicle.
We have more Toyota Master Diagnostic technicians than anyone in the Northwest.
That means our technicians are the most experienced at identifying and fixing any mechanical issues, ensuring that your Toyota receives the care it deserves.
Open 7 days a week. Call or go online to schedule your appointment at parkertoyota.com.
Here's to 365 nights of better sleep during the 5-day New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Colorado Queen for only $249.99. Plus, score 60 months no interest, no down payment, and free shipping.
Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Now to the latest on the deadly U.S. strikes on alleged drug smuggling boats that have taken place over the last 2 days.
The U.S. military says the strikes killed at least 8 people. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio joins us from Washington, D.C. with the details.
This morning, the U.S. military targets 5 new alleged narco boats. The U.S. Southern Command says these boats were targeted Tuesday and Wednesday along known narco trafficking routes. Video released by the military shows 3 boats traveling in a tight formation before being destroyed. Southern Command claims the vessels had transferred narcotics before the strikes. However, the military has not released evidence to support that claim. Officials say this latest attack brings the total since early September to at least 115 deaths across 35 boat strikes. It comes as President Donald Trump says the U.S. hit a dock facility in Venezuela that he claimed was used for loading boats linked to drug trafficking, marking what he described as the first known strike on Venezuelan soil as part of a broader pressure campaign.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area.
In December, the U.S. military also carried out another strike on an alleged drug trafficking vessel in the eastern Pacific Ocean, killing 2 people, according to U.S. military officials. And President Trump has defended the operation as necessary to stop the flow of drugs into the U.S. as the administration ramps up pressure on Venezuela and President Nicolas Maduro. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Well, as we've been telling you, today is a weather alert day.
Yeah, let's send things straight over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker, detailing the reasons why we've made that declaration.
Well, if you do not have to go out on the roads tonight, it is a good thing. We have had a wintry mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain across the region. That is going to continue through early Friday morning, and then most locations will transition to rain before drying out. Right in Spokane, we're mostly dealing with sleet and Coeur d'Alene as well. However, there have been some isolated reports of freezing rain just right in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, including down in the Qualshan, Latah Creek area. Further to the south, many locations have transitioned to rain, including Moscow and Pullman. Colfax looks more like rain than freezing rain in the Columbia Basin. Freezing rain in Ephrata, in Moses Lake, and that's where roads are especially treacherous in that pink shaded area. It is light precipitation, but it does not take much in terms of icy precipitation to create real problems on the roadways. We have a winter weather advisory until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning because of those icy roads. Warm air already trying to make its way in. It's 35 in Pullman right right now. We're still going to be down around freezing in Spokane tomorrow morning, but heading up to a high of 37. That should make the drive home Friday evening much more pleasant than the drive to work, where you may run into some slick spots. I will be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, the New Year's celebration in Boise took a dark turn during the city's annual fireworks show.
Yeah, an explosion shattered nearby windows. You could hear it in that video, with shards of glass hitting a young girl in the face. The girl, named Isabella, received a serious injury as a result, needing hours of surgery at St. Luke's Hospital. There's now a GoFundMe to help the family cover her medical bills. In a post on the page, it's explained that Isabella has autism. If you would like to donate to the GoFundMe, that will be linked in this story on our website, KXLY.com.
All right, some sad news on the annual Idaho Sled Dog Challenge. The 300 and 100-mile races have been canceled. The reason for the cancellation is a lack of snow in some critical portions of the track, causing safety concerns for both dogs and riders. Now, the Warm Lake stage race is still under consideration. A final decision will be made on January 15th if that one will be canceled or not. In a statement, the founder of the event says, unfortunately, this year, the distance races are just not in the cards. Wishing you all the very best, and thank you again for your understanding and support.
Hundreds of people lined up at Sanders Beach in Coeur d'Alene for this year's Polar Plunge. It's a 3-decade-long tradition in North Idaho, but some were trying it for the first time today. Derek Strom caught up with some of the participants about why they jumped into the frigid water.
Sanders Beach was packed at noon with people wanting to jumpstart the new year by lunging into the freezing cold water of Lake Coeur d'Alene. Some of the plungers were first-timers, others have been coming for decades, and for some, it might be their last time, too.
It was okay, I guess.
You want to do it again sometime next year?
No, not really.
You wouldn't do it again?
No.
Oh, come on. Some were in and out in seconds, but others decided to take their time and embrace the cold for nearly half an hour.
The lake temperature's cold. There's people still out there now. You know, they've been out there 20 minutes. It's you can't be anything but present when you plunge. You know, you can't be anywhere else in your head.
For some of the people here, it's not just about the physical challenge of getting into the freezing cold water. It's also an opportunity to meditate, reflect on the past year, and center themselves going into 2026.
I think that's what this is all about, really, is sharing in something, especially the new year, and you know, saying goodbye to the last year, reflecting, and we're just going to go and have a sauna now and be together with my friends.
Evan McLaughlin says he's been coming to the Polar Plunge for the last 20 years, and he has a group of friends he goes with each year. Most people have fun with it, like Mike Pringle, who decided to dress up as Cousin Eddie from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I had the hat and I had the robe, and somebody said Cousin Eddie last year, and so I thought, well, this year, you know what, I'm just going to finish it, you know, get a cigar and grab my vacuum hose here and come on down and have a great day, just like Cousin Eddie.
It's Pringle's second time at the Polar Plunge with his family, and after today, he says it'll become an annual tradition. In Coeur d'Alene, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Cousin Eddie guy is the champion of the day, I think, right?
The little honest boy at the beginning.
He was great, too.
Love that kid.
Yeah. All right, Saturday football will be airing on 4 News Now this Saturday.
The Seahawks taking on the 49ers. Our Jack Wallace has a preview of the matchup as well as a recap of today's college football playoff games after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by CARD, the Center for Asbestos-Related Diseases.
North Spokane, we're here. Fred's Appliance is now open along Highway 2. Our brand new 18,000 square foot showroom is packed with appliances. Need a new appliance fast? This new location is just one more way for you to explore our Get It Today inventory. Trying to find the best appliances for your needs? We have you covered. From refrigerators to ranges to laundry, Fred's Appliance has the selection, service, and speed you won't find anywhere else. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Have you or someone you know lived, worked, or enjoyed time in Lincoln County in the last 10 years? If so, you've likely been exposed to Libby amphibole asbestos. 1 in 4 screened have developed an asbestos-related disease. Hope is here. The Center for Asbestos-Related Disease, CARD in Libby, provides free screenings, care, and resources to those impacted by asbestos exposure. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Contact the CARD Clinic, comprehensive care for exposure and disease.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now and get this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. This book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And if you call right now, as a bonus, we'll throw in a free annuity rate report. We've researched over 1,200 annuities summarizing the rates and benefits for you. So don't miss out on this opportunity because supplies are limited. Call now and find out how you can get up to 33% more income in your retirement, and you'll receive Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report as an added bonus. Both books are yours free just for calling Annuity General today.
Call 800-439-1298. That's 800-439-1298. Again, 800-439-1298.
Sunburned Sisters Chaos.
Are you kidding me?
What they're saying about their airport meltdown that made national news.
You do not push my sister.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, featuring this year's class of inductees, and honored by today's biggest performers.
Everybody get up!
The 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, tonight on ABC.
The Seattle Seahawks are a couple days out from a massive regular season finale matchup at the San Francisco 49ers, looking to win the NFC West and clinch the top overall seed in the playoffs. Seattle needs either a win or a tie against SF to clinch their 4th top seed ever, the first since the 2014 season. All 3 previous times the Hawks earned the 1 seed, they made the Super Bowl. But to beat the Niners, Seattle must rein in the turnovers. Sam Darnold's 10 since Week 11 outnumbers his touchdowns, and it could be in good shape against a struggling Niners pass rush. On the other side of the ball, Seattle's stingy defense needs to come up huge against quarterback Brock Purdy, who's helped his team score 100 points over the past 2 weeks. Injuries could also help decide this one, as 49ers stars Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, and George Kittle have all missed practice time this week, while Seattle's Rashid Shaheed may still be recovering from a concussion. As a reminder that on Saturday, 4 News Now is airing all the Saturday football with the Panthers-Buccaneers, followed by, of course, that Seahawks and 49ers game. So be sure to stick around after the Hawks play for a special edition of 4 News Now. Gonzaga returns home to the McCarthy Athletic Center after an uncomfortably tight win at San Diego. Now the Zags host the Seattle U Redhawks in the program's first ever WCC meeting. GU averages an absurd 93 points per game and should still fare well despite playing the 2nd-ranked defense in the conference. Seattle U allowing just under 66 points per game. The Redhawks also have done well shooting and forcing bad shots, plus lead the conference in both blocks and steals. But they're not a good rebounding team and will need to be opportunistic to make tomorrow's game a little more interesting. These teams have met 71 times before, but 0 since 1980. And for the women's team, they're also off to a perfect 2-0 WCC start, and now they go on the road for the first time this conference season, starting at those Seattle U Redhawks. Freshman star Lauren Whitaker spoke this week about how the Zags' mindsets are heading into these hostile environments and how they can keep up the strong conference start.
Whether it's home, obviously we have that home advantage of an amazing crowd and support, but also having that at, I think we play Seattle U and Santa Clara this week, so just being consistent no matter where we are, playing our game and not playing for the environment as such.
The Zags tip off against the Redhawks tomorrow at 6 p.m. and then face Santa Clara Broncos Sunday at noon. The 2026 Rose Bowl featured the old and potential new guard clashing. The top overall seed Indiana thrashed 9th-ranked Alabama 38-3. The Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza slung 192 yards and 3 touchdowns, racing to a 17-0 halftime lead. And the defense held the Crimson Tide to under 200 total yards, 3 for 11 on 3rd downs, plus 2 failed 4th downs. The 35-point win is the biggest Rose Bowl blowout since Oregon's semifinal win over Florida State in the first ever college football playoff bracket. That was 11 years ago. The Oregon Ducks are on to the semifinals, too. They blanked the Texas Tech Red Raiders 23-0 to now rematch the Indiana Hoosiers in next week's Peach Bowl. The Ducks D engulfed Tech quarterback Baron Morton, holding him to only 137 yards, 2 interceptions. You're seeing one right there. Plus, the Red Raiders' rushing game only managed 78 yards on 30 carries. It's under 3 a run. Oregon lost by 10 at home to Indiana in their regular season meeting, eager for a Big Ten battle spot to win for the national championship game, the winner getting in there. And Georgia Ole Miss is on now. Georgia is up, last I checked, by 9. And Miami got that wild upset over defending national champs Ohio State last night. Crazy, crazy win.
Yeah, for sure. Been interesting seeing some of these unpredictable college football playoff scores.
Definitely exciting. All right, thanks, Jack. Well, the U.S. and the world welcoming 2026.
In New York, the annual ball drop in Times Square was followed by a blizzard of confetti.
Then 4 minutes into the new year, the ball was relit in red, white, and blue as the nation started its 250th anniversary year. ABC's Allison Cossack has more on the 2026 Global New Year's Party.
The iconic ball dropped at midnight in Times Square with more than 1 million people gathering in New York City to ring in 2026. The most watched celebration of the night amid enhanced security with law enforcement using artificial intelligence surveillance of the crowd. Minutes later, a surprise second celebration in honor of America's 250th birthday. The ball was then relit in patriotic colors with red, white, and blue confetti released. There's a second ball drop planned for July 4th. Soon after, Chicago marked the start of 2026 with celebrations along the Riverwalk. Around the globe, crowds counted down the clock on the Sky Tower in Auckland as New Zealand became one of the first countries to reach 2026. In Australia, fireworks over the famous Sydney Harbour Bridge. Law enforcement presence was ramped up in Sydney in the wake of this month's mass shooting at a Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach. To Rio, where revelers gathered for Brazil's main New Year's Eve bash at Copacabana Beach. In London, Big Ben chimed at midnight celebrating 2026 with fireworks over the River Thames. And in France, fireworks lit up the sky at midnight over the Arc de Triomphe. Meantime, President Trump and First Lady Melania celebrated the new year with a party at Mar-a-Lago. He ignored questions from reporters about the possibility of U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. The only question Trump did answer, what his New Year's resolution was. Here in New York City, this was one of the coldest ball drops in recent years at 30 degrees, with the winds making it feel colder and a real feel temp of 20 degrees. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Well, 2025 was our 4th warmest on record since records have been kept back in the 1800s. These are the top 10 warmest years on record, and you'll see that 5 of the last 10 happened in the last 15 years. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Multiple boat dealerships all in one place. Shop and compare all in one place. One place that's heated and family friendly. Come see us at the Spokane Boat Show.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, save $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
In a noisy advertising world, we make you heard. 7 radio stations, ABC4, 4 News Now, and Phase 3 Digital. We create your strategy, content, future. The result, more customers, more sales, more growth for your business. Let's create your next breakthrough campaign. KXLYBrands.com, the perfect match for your business.
You see the look on his face? Hilarious.
I know how you feel. Because I was right here.
My biggest fear was on that.
Always waiting for me.
but I knew I was never alone.
And I would get through it because people care.
So walk right in.
Get back on. Step right up. And to everyone who sees anyone bullying, don't just watch. Act.
Together, we can put an end to bullying.
You can learn more at disney.com/choose-kindness.
KXLY Plus is now streaming free over the air on KXLY 4.5. The latest headlines, breaking news, and new original local programs you won't find anywhere else. KXLY Plus, powered by 4 News Now and free over the air. All day, every day on KXLY 4.5.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
Oh, I would not want to be out on US 2. Heading out to the West Plains right now. This is the view near Fairchild Air Force Base, and it is slow going and icy. Not a lot of precipitation, but what's there is freezing to the roadways. This is the view in Sandpoint at Boyer, where roads are not in terrible shape and the precipitation has slowed, but it is still coming down as very, very light snow, a little bit of sleet as well. Finally, down on the Palouse, warm air already in place, and this is Moscow right now. It's very quiet in Moscow with most of the students still at home, and the roads are just wet. 4 things to know about your weather: snow, sleet, and freezing rain. We've got it all happening across the region this evening. It's going to be slowly converting to just rain. By 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, most locations will be rain, and that takes us into a warm and wet weekend. Rain for everybody. More wet weather coming next week, primarily in the form of rain during the day, and then possibly a rain-snow mix as we get into the evening and overnight. Most likely snowfall through 10 o'clock tomorrow. Most locations are not going to see much, less than an inch. There will be pockets where you could see more, and up to 4 inches in the northern mountains, but right down where the people live, it is going to be less than an inch. High temperatures tomorrow. What you do receive will likely melt, especially in places like Pullman, St. Mary's, and Kellogg, where temperatures are going to get up into the 40s. 40 in Coeur d'Alene, 37 in Spokane and Sandpoint, and 39 in Bonners Ferry. Right around the Spokane area, 37 in Meade, 35 in Deer Park, 39 in Post Falls, and 37 degrees in Spirit Lake. Let's take a good look at your planning forecast, because after several very quiet days, things are going to remain active. Tomorrow, that mix of rain and snow through early tomorrow morning. We'll get a break, and then the next round of wet weather that arrives late Friday into Saturday is going to be in the form of rain. Rain Saturday, rain Sunday. Wet weather will continue through next work week in a variety of forms: rain, snow, but mostly in the form of rain, with high temperatures running above average. We'll be in the mid-30s to lower 40s. Overnight lows, however, getting down right around freezing. So keep your winter driving skills sharp. And if you don't have to go out tonight through tomorrow morning, I would not. Roads are very slick, Kirsten.
Yeah, ice is not fun to drive on. Thank you so much, Chris. Well, 2025 was a hot year for entertainment, with big hits in music, television, and movies.
But Hollywood has quite a bit in store for us in the new year. ABC's Danny New has the story.
In 2026, many beloved franchises will be making their grand return to the big screen. Like, thanks to our parent company Disney's The Mandalorian and Grogu, we'll have our first Star Wars film in more than 6 years.
I think that we're going to see a lot of internet crashing for people clamoring to get tickets for this film in particular.
I spoke with ABC News entertainment reporter Kelly Carter about these cinematic comebacks, like the reassembling of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth in Avengers Doomsday. It's somehow been 7 years since the premiere of Avengers Endgame, which is now the second highest grossing film of all time.
The guy I was sitting next to at the premiere was bawling his eyes out at the thought that Robert Downey Jr.'s character was gone and he was not coming back.
That was actually me, Kelly.
Miranda? Took you long enough.
In the new year, we'll also see Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep have another fashion war in The Devil Wears Prada 2. As well as the return of Princess Moana to movie theaters, although this time in live action.
Thomas Kail is the director of this. This is probably the biggest project that he's done. He is the person who directed Hamilton on Broadway.
Yeah, and of course, Lin-Manuel wrote the music for Moana.
Yeah.
And for the first time really since 2009's Is This It?, we'll be able to dance to the music of Michael Jackson with a whole theater as we get the release of the new biopic, Michael.
That film opens literally on my husband's birthday, and he's like, I don't care what we're doing, but we're seeing that movie.
Danny New, ABC News, New York.
All right, some stuff to look forward to before we head to a break. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
I'm Judy Warren.
And I'm Gordon Warren.
So we decided we'd come up to Spokane and have a look at retirement communities in this area. And Orchard Crest beat all of them out.
The activity program, the food.
We also really loved the friendship here. The people are very warm and welcoming. I highly recommend Orchard Crest. I think there's no better place.
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
An operation to capture ISIS fighters.
Is this our Combat Operations Center?
We're approaching the gate now. Militants came in from 4 or 5 different directions. Operational nuclear reactor. So you have a couple loaded and ready to go. We've got a home right here, engulfed in flames. The scene here, apocalyptic. How important is this label right here, Made in the USA? Look at your smile. You're proud of this.
I love it.
Great work. Hi. Where are you? Where are you? Appreciate you. Thank you.
David, good to meet you.
Ismail? David.
David.
Yes, yes. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
We are getting to the truth right now because it's the right thing to do.
Those who chase monsters
Cannot become monsters in the process.
People shouldn't be forgotten. They should get justice too.
That's how we tell the good guys from the bad guys.
My sisters and I, we are protectors of the innocent.
The right thing has been done.
Watch Star TV over the air on KXLY 4.4.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Missisquoi.com. Among the priorities Americans should have for the new year, pay down highest cost debt.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, if you're starting the new year off with debt, financial experts share the tips on how to pay it off and grow your wallet in 2026. We'll share their advice with you tonight on Nightside starting at 11.
And I will have an update on our road conditions as well as this wintry mix of icy precipitation falling across the region. Again, encouraging you to stay home if you don't have to go out tonight, and be prepared for winter driving if you're heading to work tomorrow.
All right, and like Chris said, get used to sharpening those winter driving skills because you're probably going to be using them a lot over the next week looking at that forecast.
We had it easy for too long.
We did.
Yes, we did.
Winter's coming for us now. All right, thanks so much for being with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4